Molecule of acid. What is an acid? Now let's start off with hydrogen on periodic table that belong to group 1. Remember, group 1, they are as a metal, they tend to lose one outside electron. Keep this in mind. So, hydrogen is an atom with one proton. And outside you have one electron. Now the charge of hydrogen atom, the charge are balanced. They have no charge. Now here when the hydrogen atom, they lost the outside electron, it become a hydrogen ion. This hydrogen ion have strong attraction force. Without electron, it will become highly electronegativity and is highly reactive. In whole periodic table, when atom become an ion, they will lose the electron on the outside shell, but they still will have some electron left, except hydrogen ion. When hydrogen ion lost the final electron, this last and the only one electron, it becomes a hydrogen ion. And in the periodic table, this is the only ion that have no electron. And when a no electron ion, they are highly reactive. When this hydrogen ion met with any molecule, and basically any atom or molecule, it must contain electron. And this hydrogen ion will go and attack by grabbing the electron. And this is the reaction that it's causing. And that's we're going to focus on all the acid. So, of this hydrogen ion, we find something in common on all acid. Like sulfuric acid, they will ionize, or it will give out this aggressive hydrogen ion. And this aggressive hydrogen ion will go and attack and react. Same as nitric acid, they will give out the hydrogen ion. And same as HCl, hydrochloric acid, it will give out the hydrogen ion. And this all three cause reaction. Now, look at an acid molecule. So, we find all acid is the molecule. It contains a hydrogen ion. When these hydrogen ions become ionized, what's meant by ionized? So when they separate it from the acid, and this ionized H plus ion and get ready to attack. Theory, Arrhenius, strong weak acid, monoditriprotic. With this background about hydrogen ion cause reaction of acid, let's see how history that we find out about the acid property. This is talk about the historical development of acid and base theory. The first scientist, Anthony Lavoisier, he find all acid contain oxygen. He find H2SO4, HNO3, H2CO3, they all contain O. So very commonly you find the acid molecule contain O. So he proposed all acid must contain oxygen. Humphrey Davy, he find that HCl do not contain oxygen, and yet it is a strong acid. And he also can find many examples: HF, HBr, HI, H2S, they all do not contain oxygen. So he say this molecule causing this acid reaction because of hydrogen rather than oxygen. Is this correct or not correct? We know it is not correct. Why? Hydrogen atom is different from hydrogen ion. Hydrogen atom different from hydrogen ion. They are total different story. Next scientist, Justin Liebert. He gives the famous equation: acid plus metal forms salt and hydrogen gas. But he did not explain about the acid property, why acid will have this property. Then you come to Arrhenius. He is the first scientist that he able to explain the property of acid in the molecule point of view. And he proposed acid produce a hydrogen ion in water. Look, it is a hydrogen ion, not hydrogen. Arrhenius, he explained acid produce hydrogen ion in water. At the time of his discovery, he knows salt will conduct electricity, and salt is made of a positive-negative ion. If we put a spoon of salt into water with two different metal rods with different electropotential, the light will glow. And he's going to do another experiment. He's going to put acid into water. Very surprisingly, the light also glow, and he starts to suspect all acid seems to conduct electricity like salt. So he suspects salt and acid, they must be some sort of an ion. So he thinks acid will be just like salt. They contain some positive and a negative ion. Then the next question is, what sort of an ion? And on equation, acid plus metal forms salt and hydrogen gas. Basically, any acid with metal forms salt and hydrogen gas. So this acid must be a hydrogen ion. So he suggests acid must contain a hydrogen ion. So he proposed all these HCl, H2SO4, HNO3, they will ionize into water to form a hydrogen ion as follows. A HCl, when you put into water, it becomes a positive H and a negative Cl as ion form. Pay attention. HCl, in the beginning, this is a molecule. This molecule, the charge are balanced. So you can say this molecule, the charge is 0. But once you put in water, they become a positive ion and a negative ion. So they've been separated into a positive and a negative. Same as any other acid, H2SO4 become a H plus and a HSO4 minus. Same as HNO3 become a H plus and HNO3. and he named this called ionized in water. So this molecule become an ion, so we call ionized in water. So you can generalize into one simple equation. This molecule contain the H become a H plus ion plus a negative base. Awareness, let's going to study further detail about this H plus ion. So because in the beginning we know all the reaction is causing from this H plus ion. Then what about the negative base? It does not take part in reaction. So all the reaction is on the H plus ion. Then what is this H plus ion? This H plus ion is a proton. Remember, the nucleus contains proton and neutron. Hydrogen only contains proton, the positive proton. Proton has no electron and is very highly charged and is very small. When you put this H plus in water, this proton will attract to water and form into hydronium called H3O. So this, remember I say H plus will attack any molecule. So in water, the first target he will attack is simply the water itself. And it will attack the water and form into a hydronium. So we call H3O. In equation, look back onto the equation. You can write it in the top form or you can write it in the bottom form as H plus. You can write it as aqueous, or you can write it as a H3O plus. And in fact, to write H3O plus is more accurate. So H plus aqueous, it is a convenient way we write equation. But the more accurate way, you should write as a H3O plus. But student, you will be writing on this H plus aqueous will be quite good enough. Awareness base. Awareness further propose, what is a base? He say base is a substance they dissociate in water to produce hydroxide ion, or OH minus. So as follow. NaOH, when you put it in water, they will become separate, we call dissociate or ionize. So now they become an ion. And how is the acid and the base? The acid contains a H plus and the base contains a OH minus. When you put it together, they will produce water, and we call neutralization as follow. And now they are neutralized. This H plus and the OH minus, they become balance each other and is neutralized, form into water.